I think it probably will be. At this point, we've got this company that started off in rural Quebec with very few artists, and over a very few years became a global powerhouse, producing numerous shows in Vegas, shows across the world. And over the past few years, you sense that things had been more difficult. They had to rethink their business strategies in regards to the downturn, the economic downturn in the U.S. and specifically in Vegas. They needed new capitals. They also needed potentially new strategic partners, and they have these, I think, with this new acquisition.
When we talk about strategic partners, what do they hope to do? Is the expansion in Asia what they're getting at? Or are they going to refashion their shows? I mean, these are huge productions, and a few of them haven't done too well over the years.
Right. So Cirque du Soleil has basically established its own very clear brand. Up to 75 performers on stage. Shows that basically allow us to dream big. Shows that also have very strong narratives. And in a sense, perhaps they had reached the point where North America, they had potentially saturated the market, or we're looking towards an eventual saturation. Asia is a huge new market, a market they haven't been able to get into really. Their competitor, Franco Dragone, who has a show in Macau, actually has been able to get a foothold in China. So I do think at least Fosun's presence, the Chinese private equity company, I think their presence is linked to that. However, I do think that the founder, the guide, Guy Laliberté, was at the point where he felt that he needed to pass the company on to others, and the company's in a new phase now.
Yeah, but Mr. Laliberté, I mean, that's a big admission for him. He invented this entire genre. We wouldn't have a circus like this without him. He is still going to have a lot of influence in this company. How is it a big gamble to think that Cirque du Soleil will change for the better without him?
It is a gamble, and Laliberté is a gambling man. Everything started off with a gamble. He created this company out of very little, in a part of the world where there was very little contemporary circus, any circus at all. He contributed with the people around him to basically reinvent what we think of as circus, commercializing to a certain extent a model which was I guess, yes, existed in Europe, but he brought it to the masses. He brought high art to the masses. So that was, I think, extremely canny of him. So at this point, he is stepping back. You know, he won't be the sole or the majority owner. He only becomes an advisor. But his presence, and we saw this morning during the press conference, I think his presence will be extremely important, will remain important, if only as a moral reminder of where this company comes from, and especially where it can go.